What is up, everybody? It's Copes here, and today I'm back with a Fortnite video. Today's video, we're going to talk about 10 small changes that have huge impacts on Fortnite. So you may be wondering, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about weapons, we're going to talk about building, which obviously includes materials, then we're going to talk about grenades as well. I think those are three major factors, regardless of what console you're playing on, regardless of what platform you're playing on, it doesn't matter. Those are huge changes. So the way to not piss someone off, if you want to change something, is to change it in small increments. You don't change something huge, that's going to throw someone off. But if you slowly change something, you can kind of, you'll piss them off maybe a little bit, but it's not going to be this explosive rage that you may get. Let's say if they just changed the pump shotguns from what they used to be to what they are now. Let's say we go back 3-4 months ago and we had those shotguns today, but tomorrow they changed it to what they are right now. They decreased them completely. I think people would be up in arms, and I think a lot of people would just stop playing. But since they've changed it slowly over time, people don't really notice. And when they do notice, but they only notice this week's update. Because before, shotguns, you could whip them out super fast. Now it takes a little bit of time to pull it out. Now it's like maybe a second more. If that might be a little bit too much, but maybe 0.75 seconds more to actually pull out your shotgun, which may not seem like a huge change, but it actually is. And like, let's just say they added that small change, which has happened. You know, people are upset, but they don't quit the game. Let's say they decrease it a month later, which they did, they don't quit the game. Let's say they take away double pump, which they did, they don't quit the game. But if they do them all at once, they're gonna quit the game. So there are huge changes like that, but they roll them out slowly. That's the point I'm trying to get across. Just in case you didn't know, you can probably apply that to all facets of your life. If you want to, bullshit someone into a huge change, do it slowly. So we're going to talk about C4s being buffed, and I'll talk about what I think this actually implies. So remote explosives, they will now damage all structures within range, whether or not they are visible from the explosive center. So that's pretty interesting, honestly. So anything in range is going to be affected by these C4s. Damage radius and throw distance has now been increased. Delay between sequential explosives has now been reduced from 0.25 seconds to 0.175 seconds. Delay before detonating a charge or throwing another one has been reduced from 0.75 seconds to 0.15 seconds. If I messed up any of that, I'm sorry, but you guys can read it for yourselves. So this one, this is actually a pretty big change. This was just an obvious huge buff to C4s, but C4s, they aren't a huge thing. I don't think, even if people notice this, even if people read this, they're probably going to be like, C4s, whatever, they're getting a buff. As long as it's not decreasing the damage of an AR or a shotgun, I don't really care. But C4s are now just amazing. They're great for countering any sort of building, and honestly, they're so good. They're so good. If you have 8 of them, if you have 4 of them, doesn't really matter. You can definitely do some damage to someone if you throw them, which you can throw them quicker now and detonate them quicker now. So that is just easy damage, especially if you have the high ground on someone. But I don't think many people even care about this change. I think it's a good change overall. But let's move on. C4 structure, explosive radius increased from 400 to 600. This is another pretty, I would say this is a big change, but I don't really think many people notice it. So what I think they're trying to do here, and I'll talk about this later on as well, they are obviously trying to make, well, if you guys have been paying attention, shotguns, they're definitely getting nerfed. Rockets, RPGs, they're getting nerfed because you can't get as many of them, and they actually have gotten nerfed in some semblance, but we'll talk about that in a second. But they're trying to nerf the best things to increase the damage of things that just aren't good, like C4s. C4s just weren't really viable in my opinion, but now they are. So is this a good change? Overall, I think C4s being in the game It is a good change. I can't really deny that. It's just a little bit annoying to go against, but at the end of the day, it's what's in the game, and I do like using them. Next, we're moving on to another update. This was in 4.2, which was maybe a month ago or a couple weeks ago. I honestly don't know. I don't pay attention to it too closely. I think 2 weeks ago, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. But the suppressed submachine gun, damage increased by 3, so you can read about all the damages if you want to and what they are and what they were before. Increased accuracy, reset speed by 25%. This will decrease the penalty during continuous fire. So when you're continuously firing, the accuracy resets by a speed of 25%. Honestly, I don't really know what that means. I think I do, but I don't really know how to describe it. I hope you guys understand that. It just means that it's going to be a little bit more accurate even when you're spraying it. Increased damage fall off range. So fall off begins at 28 meters instead of 24. And then this basically means that the damage you do is you can do it from a further distance, and you're not going to have to deal with any sort of damage fall off, which means you're going to do that consistent. Let's say you have a common suppressed machine gun which does 20 damage. At 27 meters or 28 meters, you're going to be doing 20 damage. Let's say it drops down. Let's say you're at 29 meters. Maybe it'll start doing 19 damage. If you're at 30, 40, 50, it's going to decrease slowly over time. And then before, it was 24 meters. So this is a small buff, but overall, with all these different changes, I think it makes the suppressed SMG a little bit better. Probably not viable still. And then there also is another update in 4.3, ammo availability adjusted. Light ammo stacks size increased from 12 to 18, and explosive ammo availability decreased 50%. So overall, they're trying to buff like light machine guns, SMGs, anything that carries light ammo, because you are going to get more of it. They're trying to decrease the explosives because they're taking away your ammo. So let's move on to another change. I think there's a minigun buff in 4.3. Accuracy increased by 10% for the minigun, which is actually pretty crazy. Like the minigun, when I ran into it, I thought like its bloom was pretty good. Like you could definitely get some kills with it. The damage is insane, but 10% increase by accuracy, if they keep increasing that, that might be in the new meta, honestly. If they did it 10% one more time, I might start using that shit, because when you get those headshots and those body shots spraying at someone, they typically just panic. They don't know really how to counter you. And let's say you hit him 3-4 times. He's trying to build, but you're hitting him over and over again because you're spraying down his walls, which damage against structures increased from 25 to 30, so you're doing more damage to structures. So let's say you spray down his wall. You hit him once or twice, you do it again. You just do that process maybe a couple times. He realizes he can't just keep building because you're too close. He tries to take out a shotgun. Oh, I can one pump you. No, you can't, buddy. And now he's dead. Even if he hits you with the cleanest headshot in the world, he's going to die. So the minigun definitely got an increase. Pretty nice buff here overall, I would say. I'm curious if they're going to do this again. We're really gonna have to keep an eye out for this. So another pretty big change for me, the supply llama decreased material stacks from 500 to 200 per resource, and explosive ammo removed. So again, explosives taking another hit. And then of course the floor loot is from 30 to 20 now. If you see a stack of brick on the floor, it's not going to be 30, it's going to be 20 when you pick it up. So what do I think they're trying to do here? It's obvious. They're trying to get less people to build as often as they do, and people build all the time. That's what this game is based on, and that's why that new update, there's a new update that I just made a video on. It's basically reducing the cap for the amount of materials you can get. And this is the problem, guys. This is the problem with society. This is the problem with human beings. They are going to change this, and guess what? We're going to be completely complicit, and we are going to accept this change, and then in a week or two, guess what we're going to do? We're going to get pissed off at the next update. We're going to forget about this update and get pissed off at the next update. then a month from now we're gonna forget about all that and get pissed at the next update. It's just a never-ending cycle of dumbass people not being able to remember the past and figure out what they're trying to do. Do you agree with it? Do you agree with supply llamas being decreased, materials being decreased, the cap being decreased? I don't know. Miniguns, SMGs being increased. You know what? That change, I don't know if I like it, honestly. I feel like if I use an LMG or a minigun or a silenced SMG, I feel like I'm gonna get fucked. I'm gonna get fucked hard. It's so based on luck. The silenced SMG and minigun are completely based on luck. There's no skill involved in it. Because if someone has a shotgun, it's luck if you kill them in time before they blow your head off. It really depends who you're going against as well. But one problem I have with this game, I feel like the best player, the better player, should take a very minimal amount of damage. Let's say miniguns and SMGs are the new meta. Well, people every single game are going to be taking damage over and over again. They're going to take damage every time they get into a gun battle, which I don't think should be the case. That's why I like shotguns so much, because the better player probably won't take damage every gun battle. He might, let's say, 1 in every 3 gun battles, 1 in every 2 even, but not every single gun battle. That's a huge problem that I think Fortnite really isn't looking into with like miniguns and SMGs. Because let's say, you know, I'm getting sprayed by a minigun and I take out my minigun and start spraying him, or we both have SMGs, we both are spraying them at each other. I end up killing him, but he did, let's say, 100 damage, and then someone else is running up on me with an SMG. Who's going to win? Let's just be honest with ourselves. The other guy with the SMG is going to win. So this, I just personally don't think it's the best change. I think shotguns need to be the most powerful, and they should be. Another one, the trap damage from 75 to 150. Now it's kind of just inconvenience, honestly. I can get trap kills. I can block people into my builds and trap kill them pretty easily, depending on the player. But honestly, like, going for the trap kill now is almost better than going for the shotgun kill in some gun battles and some build battles, which is pretty wild. I think a lot of people were pissed off about this change, but no one really talks about it anymore, so fucking screw it, it doesn't matter. Another couple changes, we have apples and mushrooms, which came in 4.3. What do I think about these? I think it's an obvious way to make people go to the outskirts of the map. I don't know why Fortnite is doing this. Fortnite is so odd to me. We're having fun, everyone's having a blast. Everyone is just, you know, having a grand old time going tilted towers, getting into tons of gun battles. If people wanted to land Moisty Mire, then they would, man. They would. I can get 100 shield going Moisty Mire, 999 wood, and get perfect guns for late game. And I'll still have extra shield because all I have to do, land there. I literally made a video on this. I made a sarcastic video how to win every time. You go to Moisty Mire, you get 100 shield. You also get every chest there. You get extra shield for later on. You get amazing guns, and you don't get into gun battles until there's like 20 people left. It's absolutely nutty. What, like, I just don't understand why they're trying to push people away from like tilted, from pleasant, from retail, when that's where everyone's having the most fun. I would rather have a game that's broken as hell than have it be a perfect game but not be as fun. That's just what I think, honestly. It's okay, I guess they're trying to make it perfect for competitive, but like a lot of people think they're catering towards the newbier players. I honestly don't think that. I think they're trying to make it perfect for competitive mode. I really do. And I don't think this is the way to do it. So moving on, we have the RPG time increased or decreased, and you get less rockets. Or no, wait, RPG time, reload time increased. So now it takes longer for you to reload your RPG, and the maximum number of unloaded rocket ammo can be held up to 12. So this is a pretty big one. I think I think it needs to be 18. I really do. For grenade launchers, having only 2 clips is absolutely insane. Having 1 clip and then 1 reload, like 1 full clip at the start and then 1 time to reload it after, that's just way too little in my book. I think 18 would be a good number. I think the really good players will probably still use RPGs. I think the newbier players will probably still use RPGs and grenade launchers, but I don't agree with the number change necessarily. The reload time, it's all right, whatever, I understand that, but it needs to be 18. It can't be, maybe even 15. Give me 15 or 18, I'll be happy. 12 just seems like it's absolutely nothing. And then usually, since no one gets RPG ammo, when I kill someone with an RPG or with a grenade launcher, I won't have any ammo left. And then the person who's camping Moisty Mire gets a grenade launcher and RPG, they're gonna have 12 shots, they're gonna have 12 ammo with their rocket, haven't gotten a single kill after someone's got like 10 kills, and you're trying to punish them. I don't understand that, but yeah, I guess never punish the player camping in the base, punish everyone else around him. But no, nerf the building meta too. All right, and then of course the big one, shotguns decreased. You guys already know about this. Do I really have to sit here and explain it? Shotguns have been decreased, and maybe they'll be decreased again. I honestly don't know. I could see them decreasing it slightly. Maybe right now it's the pump shotgun, damage reduced from 95 to 85. So I could see them probably dropping that down to 70, maybe 70, 75, maybe, I don't know, 75, 80. That could be a change as well. Decrease them both by 5. Oh man, these are huge changes, guys, but what can you do? I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I did enjoy making this. I like, you know, ranting a little bit and just telling you guys how I feel about this game. But at the end of the day, fuck it, not gonna change it. It's not happening. So see you guys.